All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachach Kodash. The one is the apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much we finna go into a cut on Christmas, man. You know, because Christmas is indeed in the scriptures, but there's nothing great about it being said, you know. And I'll start off with Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be certain things that that the heathen is going to bring out, like it says in what is it, Isaiah 10 and 1, that he shall change the times. You know what I'm saying? You know, because guess what? The Bible actually has is specific holy days, like the Feast of Dedications, like the Passover, like the Day of Atonement. You know what I'm saying? You know, but those aren't the days that Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the one that's in control of the world right now. You know what I'm saying? Who established his ways, including these goofy holidays and stuff that lead back to actual just death, man. How you just celebrating death, you know? Back in verse 2, it says, And be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe, you know. And pretty much this is where the breakdown goes into. Verse 4, it says, They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not, you know. And back in the old-fashioned days, before Walgreens gave out the plastic trees and stuff that look like the pine trees, well, or anywhere else and stuff, what did they do? You know, you'll go out into the forest and you'll chop a tree down, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then you'll bring it back to the crib. So of course you got to fasten it. They fasten it with nails. Today will be where they got the little bowl with the little stand and stuff, and usually it'd be red and green to represent the further on in that Christmas vibration. You know what I'm saying? You know, and deck it with gold and silver, and that's what you see. That's what you see today. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was already like they tend to do nowadays and stuff. They skip any decoration for Thanksgiving and go straight to Christmas, man. You know, it says verse 5. It says they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. You know, so pretty much, you know, this is something that the nation of Israel they worship, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they keep it faithfully to celebrate it every year, man. You know, like an idol, man. You know.
God, that's just really you said that. I got a precept. This is 2 Kings chapter 17. This 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 12. It says, For they serve idols, whereof the Lord has said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. So that Christmas tree you set up in your house, that you go to the the pine tree farm to get your Christmas tree. All right, you're doing all the things according to Jeremiah the 10th chapter, which is paganism, which is the way of the heathen. All right, so the Lord is seeing this, which means you're burning incense to other gods and other idols, because we were set up to not worship any idols. You see, 2 Kings 17 and 12, it says, For they served idols, whereof the Lord has said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. So our people are doing exactly what the Lord told them not to do. And when you go out in the streets, you tell these so-called churchgoers and pastors and deacons that celebrate Christmas that according to the scriptures you're going off, because in Jeremiah the 10th chapter that he started the lesson with, it tells you that that's the custom of the heathen. That's paganism. All right, and it's vanity and it's idol worship. But they don't want to hear it. Because why? Because they're going to continually do the things that the Lord told them not to do. 2 Kings 17 and 12. For they serve idols, that's an idol, this Christmas tree, every year. Or the so-called white Jesus in the manger. All right, you have all the Christmas decorations. All this shit is idolatry, man. It says, For they serve idols, where if the Lord has said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets. So what is this? It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. There's nothing new under the sun. Now you have again the prophets telling you that this shit is going off. All right, that is not according to our heritage. It's not according to our customs. It's according to the ways of the heathen. And the Lord said, "Do not the things that the heathen do." But what happens every time Israel goes off? They have people to correct them before they get destroyed. Mm-hmm. It says, verse 13, "Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all the law which I commanded your fathers and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets." So we're out here telling you that this shit is going off. Are you going to hearken to it, or are you going to just continue to celebrate Christmas? Well, we see that you have. You continue to celebrate Christmas. You prophets and have been on the highways and byways for years, and you people still continually celebrate Christmas, man. Which means that you don't care what the Lord says. You don't care about what if that He told you not to do that. So then He's not gonna care about you when it comes to the time of destruction and calamity and chaos, man. Cause you keep hearkening to these damn idols, doing the same things the heathens do around about you, man. You see?
Kind. It says, cause like the brother had said, when it came down to the prophets, we give you a charge, man. We let you know that, hey, that's going off, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. It says, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil. So since the Lord is not jacking you up right away, the brother had put a video in a groupie where this dude, he got this grown ass man got sitting on the floor, you know what I'm saying, in his drawers, and he pretty much happy that he got him a PlayStation, and the cat came and bit his ear, man. He just got judged, man. Showing the pictures and everything, man. The cat just came and jumped on him and chewed his ear, man. And scratched on him and stuff, man. He got judged right then and there. But when it come down to you Jakes, you Negroes, Latinos, Native American, Indians, Puerto Ricans, and confusion of faith who bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are Israelites, hey, guess what? You all continue celebrating it because you're not getting messed over. You're not getting jacked up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that Christmas, if I might say, goes back to the worship of Saturnalia. So it's a pagan custom. That's not something that the Israelites. That's not something our forefathers celebrated. All right, that's a celebration and custom of another nation, a heathen nation, whose gods are idols. All right, that's why, like I said once again, the prophets are always sent to our people to tell them, stop doing the dumb shit you're doing, man. Stop doing these vain acts. This is gonna get you nowhere.
You said Saturn what?
Saturnalia.
That's supposed to go back to Nimrod, though.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Jeremiah 44 and Jeremiah 44 and 3. Okay. Jeremiah 44 and 3, because of their wickedness which they have committed to provoke me to anger, and that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods. And that's a part of you serving another god. You're not serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The Lord said He's a jealous power. Alright, so when you go out and buy this Christmas tree, you get in the spirit of Christmas, holly, jolly spirit, you get candy canes and all this bullshit, man. That shit is paganism, man. And that's not according to our ways. That's why we're in this case that we're in, because we continually follow the ways of the heathen and not Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's why He tells us every time we go into captivity, it's because of our own doings. Why? Because we don't want to listen and do exactly what He said to do. We don't want to take heed to the prophets that through the Spirit are always set up to understand that we're going off. People never want to hearken to them, man. Jeremiah 44 and 4, howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. So when you celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, what is it? What is the other one? Valentine's Day,
Black Friday,
all these other wicked, abominable acts. The Lord said that's abominable to Him. All right, so when you go home and you wake up in the morning and open presents with your kids and you buy the damn Christmas tree and you make sure it has sugar in the bottom so you keep it healthy. That's all paganism, man. That's all. It's all things that you're doing in vain.
And plus, all these holidays that Esau promotes has some sort of I mean, have not just some, but actually has something to do that's negative to the nation of Israel, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why they so happy when you celebrating and stuff, because really all you celebrating the downfall of your own nation.
Yep.
You know.
That's right. Con, this Amos chapter 5. Amos chapter 5 verse 21. Because when our people do these things, they think that they're celebrating our Lord's birth. But he wasn't born in the wintertime.
He was born in the spring.
He was born in the spring. Why don't the pastors teach you this? So what are you actually celebrating when you sit down and you say grace at a Christmas Eve dinner? What are you actually celebrating? Satanism, paganism, all right? Because the Lord doesn't have nothing to do with that day. It's not scriptural. Christmas is not in the Bible, all right? So why would you put your whole spirit, mind, and soul and body into this damn pagan holiday that you guys so called cherish, man?
Because you see what it said in Jeremiah 10. It described Christmas, man. You know, it's being not one of the holy days, man.
Yep. This is Amos 5 and 21. It says, I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. So the Lord, you think you're doing this all and you're in the spirit of the Most High? No, you're in the spirit of Satan, because the Lord is looking down upon this. All right, he's looking at you like you're not doing what he said to do. You're doing contrary to what he said to do. You're doing exactly what Jeremiah 10 said not to do, which is worship things that pertain to the heathen, man. All right, the ways and customs and vain ideologies and celebrations of the heathens. That's what Christmas is, man. You know, I just had a family member, I think aunt. She's gonna message me, Merry Christmas to your family. You know, through the spirit, you gotta be wise. You say, you too, etc., etc. But through the spirit, you can see our people are still mentally and spiritually gone because they're still celebrating Christmas, which has nothing to do with the Bible, which has nothing to do with righteousness at all, man. You know, and it's sad, but that's the case. That's the things that our people continually do. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 tells you there's nothing new under the sun. Our people have always burned other incense to other gods, celebrated pagan holidays, trying to be like the heathens. You know, it's nothing new, so we don't marvel at it, man. It's just there are a lot to do in this incarnation, man. But for you people to understand and see that, Dan, this shit's not right. You right, because according to the scriptures and our customs, we never did anything like that, man. Because this shit is vain. It's all vanity and idolatry, man. You see?
This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21, and this is for all you like. I do it for the kids. It's Leviticus 18 and 21. It says, "And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am Yahweh." You know what I'm saying? So when you say that all you're doing it for the kids, guess what you're doing? All you're doing is causing your kids to memorize the same pagan holiday. You know what I'm saying? So when they get older, that they'll start doing it as well, and doing it, and it'll be a chain snowball effect throughout the generations, man. You know, and guess what? It will fall back on you, because of course everybody is accountable for their own sins. But guess what? You just sent your child into a way to cause them sin, to follow a pagan holiday, to get them destroyed, and then also for their children to get destroyed, man. You know, because it's already happened with us. But the thing is that we turn back from it because we know that it's wickedness, man. These churches ain't telling you nothing about Jeremiah 10, nor would they even read it out to you, man, because it's gonna look and sound like Christmas, you know.
That's right.
It's, This is First Maccabees, and what they do, Esau always use the celebrities and stuff. You know what I'm saying, to get you to get in that Christmas spirit or that Thanksgiving spirit or something, man. This is First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 1, verse 11. It says, "In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to these celebrities and stuff, they, you got the commercials, you know what I'm saying? They try to prep you for Christmas to worry about this and worry about that, and got to get the dinner, you got to get the tree, got to get the presents, got to get the wrapping, you know what I'm saying? And they promote it for you to follow that way, man. So you won't turn from sin and come on to righteousness, because there's nothing righteous about Christmas, man. This is Second Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 7. It says, but after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus, called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest, promising unto the king by intercession 360 talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents. So he was getting paid off. It says, but besides this, he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set him up a place for exercise and for the training up of youth in the fashions of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're doing when you putting your children through the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? You change it, you training them in the process of the heathen, man. Because Christmas is a heathen custom, man. It's not ours. And it says and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of Antiochians. So they was no longer calling themselves Israelites. They was calling themselves Antiochians. They changed their king for the customs, man. And this was what wicked Onias was doing, man. He was a wicked Jake, and these Jakes till this day, that's what they do, Verse 10, it says, which when the king had granted, he had gotten into his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the celebrities do. All they do is promote every time Valentine's Day come. They be on Twitter, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And all the Jakes that follow them and stuff, they talk about how they preparing for these different holidays, man. Thanksgiving, I said Valentine's Day, Black Friday, because really Black Friday is just when you was sold for cheap,
4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of July, and pretty much a lot of people died on those holidays, man. You know what I'm saying? Our people died, the Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. You know what I'm saying? They died on those holidays, and that's what you really celebrate,
Hey, and if I might say, these things that you're doing, they're keeping you in this captivity, and they're gonna get you destroyed. You keep continuing to celebrate these things they have nothing to do with righteousness or the Most High. The Lord, what do you think the Lord's gonna do? He gonna be on your side? No, because you ain't doing what He wants you to do. You're doing the things according to the ways of the heathen that don't profit you. Why? Because you're an Israelite and you were made you were made and obligated to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. So when you go off and you celebrate all these other pagan holidays, the Lord's gonna keep nothing but evil on you. He's going to bring nothing but evil upon you. Why? Because you're rebellious. And you have another spirit outside of His spirit that He gave you. You see? I got one if I may.
Oh, let me see. And it says, back verse 11, it says, in the royal privileges granted of special favor to the Jews by the means of John, the father of Ecclesiastes, it says, who went ambassador to Rome for amnesty and aid. He took away in putting down the governments which were according to the law. He brought up new customs against the law. So he caused them to no longer to follow law, statutes, commandments, and that's what Esau Edom is doing to you right now. Putting out the ways of wickedness, man. Like it says in Judith in Apocrypha, the 5th chapter. You know what I'm saying? If we cause them to sin, then they're gonna fall. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And they know this. That's why Esau, even so-called white man, is too scared for you Jakes to actually wake up, man, because it means the ending of his kingdom and slavery for his ass, And it says, verse 12, it says, for he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself and brought the chief young men under his subjection and made them wear a hat. Now such was the height of Greek fashions and increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest. You know what I'm saying? So so that's what's going on, man. You know, if you doing Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Black Friday, you know, 4th of July, Independence Day, you know. Hey, guess what? You following the heathenish manners. Yeah, even Halloween, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because guess what you doing? You putting off the ways of Israelite to follow the ways of a heathen, man. You know. I want to skip down right quick. I'm gonna skip down. It's verse 17. It says, "For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of the Most High." So you might think it's like, oh, he wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to that Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. You know what I'm saying? Since the work is not executed speedily, therefore is fully set in the sons of man to do evil. You know, so you ain't getting jacked up. You're gonna look at it as a light thing, man. You know. It says, "But the time following shall declare these things." You know, and what's gonna happen? You ended up gonna get jacked up because you already been putting off from day to day. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You're not gonna catch yourselves. You're not gonna see it far off. You're not gonna even look at the things that you do as being considered as wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? You know.
That's right.
What do you say?
This is Judges chapter 2 verse 10.
Yeah.
It says, "And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them which knew not the Most High, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel." And that's our people now. All right? That's why we're waking you back up. This is the same thing happening again. We're waking you back up to the fact that you're the Israelites. All right? You have customs. You have laws, statutes, and commandments you're supposed to keep. Christmas is not one of them. Halloween is not one of them. All right? 4th of July is not one of them. Labor Day is not one of them. None of these holidays that Esau has set up on his calendar are none of your holidays. They don't pertain to you. And you continuously celebrate them. That's why the Lord brings evil upon you continuously. It says, "And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them which knew not the Most High, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Baalim." It's equivalent to what you're doing in these times. You're still worshiping Baal. You're still worshiping Satan. You're still doing You're still doing according to the heathens. It says, verse 12, "And they forsook the Lord their power of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods, and the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger." So that's why that's why the Lord is going to be justified in the destruction he brings upon you. Why is that? Because you continuously follow the ways of the people that are round about you who are heathens. This Christmas, all right, that's a big one. That's a huge one, man. Because they try to correlate that with our Lord when it has nothing to do with our Lord. So that's why the Lord is going to be justified in destroying you and bringing calamities and chaos and evil upon you people, man. Which is what we're trying to save you from. By simply telling you that Christmas is going off and it's not biblical. You see? It says, verse 13, "And they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtaroth, and the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil, as Yahweh had said, and as Yahweh had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed." So that's the times we're coming into again, man. All right? That's why you're seeing niggas get shot down, because the nigga will go celebrate Christmas, all right, buy his little kids some gifts, and then go out the next day and get shot in the head. That's all the doings of the Lord, because you wasn't supposed to be celebrating no Christmas. Or you'll have a older lady, she'll be sitting, she'll celebrate Christmas with the family, and then she'll pass away the next day from a heart attack or something, all right, from a stroke or something. That's all the judgment of the Lord, because you doing things that are contrary to his righteousness, man. Which is Christmas, and it tells you that in Jeremiah the 10th chapter. So when you do these things, the Lord's anger and his evil is going to be continually against you Israelites, man. Especially in these times we're coming into. You see? That's all I got.
This I get the last two scriptures. This is James chapter 4 verse 4. It says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? You know what I'm saying? That word enmity is hatred. So if you want to follow the ways of the world and different things and the different customs that Esau has put in his kingdom and stuff, guess what? That means that you hate the Lord. It says, whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High. So you really want to be an enemy to the Creator, the one who created you, made the whole process that you got to have sex just to multiply and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who put all order all upon the earth. Do you really want to go against someone, the Most High? You know what I'm saying? And this is 1 John 2:15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to cling on to these holidays and committing adultery and doing the things that Esau allowed you to do, you know what I'm saying? Like it says in John 18:36, Yahushua said, my kingdom is not of this world. Will my servants fight? Will we be out there on the highways and byways if we was in the righteous kingdom? That's how you know we're not in the righteous kingdom. We in the wicked kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So if you love this wickedness and stuff, you're going to die with the wicked. It says, verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passes away and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. So if you follow the law, statutes, commandments, come back to your heritage and stuff, guess what? You're going to get saved from these calamities. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's involved in all this wickedness and stuff, they're not going to endure to the end, man. They're going to take everything for granted and not in a righteous way, man. My last scripture. This is man, these agents gonna die. This is James chapter 1 verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. And one of the temptations is to follow these holidays. You know what I'm saying? Because you used to it. Your kids got used to it and stuff. So you don't want to have them feel no type of way. You don't want them to be crying because they can't participate just like all the other children and stuff. But at the same time, all it's for greater good, man. Because guess what? It's going to be kids that's going to die out here. Why? Because their parents is allowing them to follow these ways of the heathen and stuff. And then their parents doing the same thing. They putting their children through the fire, showing that they don't care about their children, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, which the Lord have promised to them that, I'll read again, verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. If you prevail and stuff, and your children can stop learning the ways of the heathen and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They also will be able to get saved as well. It says, which the Lord have promised to them that loved him. You know what I'm saying? And what is John 14:15 says? It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's what Yahushua said, who the word even calls Jesus Christ. Verse 13, it says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. It says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust and enticed. And the nation of Israel has been enticed by all these holidays, man, including Christmas, man. And all it is for you to get killed, man, because Esau, even so-called white man, you know what I'm saying? He's the one who's sending you off. It says, verse 15, it says, then when the lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. So now you're going off and you're going to continue to do it. And it's going to, and like it says in 2 Ezra, the 14th chapter, that it's just going to increase. It says, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. You know what I'm saying? It's in verse 16, do not err, my beloved brethren. So all these ways is causing you to err, man. You know what I'm saying? And which is going to lead to your death. And this will be because of your own doing, that you hearken not onto the prophets who gave you the message of the Heavenly Father, man. And we hope this was edifying. We'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachach Chodash. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to your elect, which we hope to be Shalom and Abba Babal.